We would just like them to speak to us.
Macduffs Castle is a ruined castle near East Weems in Fife, Scotland. The site is associated with the Macduff Earls of Fife, the most powerful family in Fife in the Middle Ages, although nothing survives from this period. The present ruins are the remains of the home of the Weems family, who lived here from the 14th century. The castle is said to have its own ghostly presence. Local tales suggest it's that of a grey lady, who frequents between the areas of the caves and the remains of this castle. We also have a name associated, Mary Sibbald, who was found guilty of theft and died in this area. In order to access the well cave, you must crawl through a shallow entry point, something that may be easily missed by the casual visitor to the area. There is only one way in and out of this cave, and what you find on the other side is genuinely astonishing. This part of the investigation takes place inside the well cave, which is directly below Macduff Castle. This is a double cave with the outer chamber connected by a low, short entry point, as mentioned before. This then leads into the inner cave.
So we've heard the voice of a woman in the area where Cheryl has, and a few times nobody was outside at that point. So we're going to keep digging in this cave here. Not actual digging, we're going to keep digging into, that would be illegal, we're going to keep digging into the possibilities of what's going on here, and the White Lady, which could be Mary, Greg.
Mary Sibbald, yeah. She first appeared in this cave, King James the Fifth. When he was in.
Who did she first appear to?
It was a band of gypsies. Right. King James V was in this common man guise. He used to get rid of all this royal gear and wear common clothes and come out and live with the common man for months at a time, so he could see how his people were living. And it was when he was down here that a fight broke out over Mary Sibbald's death, and the person who actually did steal the item finally confessed after Mary's ghost appeared in here to them all, dressed completely in white with piercing blue eyes.
Right, okay. So that's what we're looking for in here.
Perhaps.
Something alley. Something alley.
I thought it said something like Man Alley. Hey, what's your name, please? Does any of the energies here recognise us from before? When we visited here, do you remember us? We are at a castle that we visited a few weeks ago, but we have brought Greg with us this time because he wasn't available at that time.
Okay, so I'll say go when I say go if you ask your question. Go!
Is the white face that I just seen a lady that I have been picking up on?
And stop there.
It's the white face that I just seen, a lady that I have been picking up on. Stop there.
So, go.
Are you a healer?
And stop there.
Are you a healer? Stop there.
Oh, go.
Do you poison people with mushrooms?
And 10 seconds.
You poison people with mushrooms.
Go.
Who is the trickster that's tricking with us?
And we'll stop there because that's got something. Obviously, you might get a little bit of my movement.
Who is the trickster that's tricking with us? And we'll stop there because that's got something.
So, go.
How many spirits do we have with us right now?
And thank you.
Oh, how many spirits do we have with us right now?
We'll be using the Frank's box, we'll be using the DR60, our app, the SB app, and
Yes, no box, so we have
also-
time.
Yes, no
Yeah.
box, and also just being quiet and just seeing what we can do.
See what
as
we can
well.
pick up.
We also have the thermal image.
Thermometer, yep.
So if we do
And what's the
get
good thing about that, Greg?
Well, it'll just lets us double check just to make sure there's no animals or anything like that in the area. Also, we anything in the distance, we can also make sure there's not anyone approaching us that may want to mess about with us. Ideally, we're looking for something nice and cold on it.
Yes.
Which would indicate it's something not living.
Yeah.
But,
That's a weird one as well, because I did see somebody who done one that was hot and they thought it was a spirit, but that confuses me because any time I've sort of used them and I've had sort of like some sort of activity, it's always been blue.
Yeah.
And I done that when we done the whole Most Haunted thing. We got something in the tunnels when we were working down there, and it was the same sort of thing.
The devices are
Okay.
very specific in that if it,
The cold is, yeah.
hot's hot, cold's cold. As simple as that. You
So-
can't mix the two up.
If it was the orange and red, do you think that was possible? It could have been somebody else polluting it, maybe a false positive,
that's something
maybe a body
warm,
part
that's-
or
yeah,
something.
That's something warm.
Yeah.
That to me, either
it's
it's a
like-
deflection or something
I
like
think
that
it's
on
like
it.
if somebody's, thermal imagers are good for. If somebody has, say, someone picks up a stone, stones are quite a common thing to be thrown on a paranormal
Yes.
investigation. Pebbles and things. So if someone's picked up a stone and they've held it in their hand for a minute or two, their heat source is going to be on that.
Yeah.
So if they throw that, you look at that, and if that's
Yeah.
not a heat source, the chances are a human
Yes.
thrown that and they've tampered with your investigation.
Yes.
That's just our
I
belief.
mean, we even had it when we were investigating along at the caves once, when I can't remember who it was. But somebody was sitting on a quite a large stone.
Yeah.
And when they got up, it was actually
I had
glowing.
the
Well,
bomb.
the thermal image was glowing red, but it was just the heat.
Yeah, so you can see we are at the back of the castle tonight. We'll totally tell you where we are when we're finished. Right now, what you need to know is, seen here is the Grey Lady. We're going to try and communicate with her. We have a pathway behind Ali and Kyle that way. We have an area that goes behind us and back. There is ruins. We're in the middle of the ruins, guys. There's ruins here.
I think these bits here, that's what me and Kyle were just talking about. We think this has been a vault. I think we think
Right.
that's part of the castle too. That's been a vault over there.
Right.
So it's obviously, you know, the castle's come out this way.
Yeah.
So you can see because of the roof line and it's come out this way.
It has, yeah.
So I think these have always been sort of the vaults of the underneath of it.
It's quite dry here tonight. It's a little bit chilly. It's not too bad though.
Anybody sense anything in the chat?
Are you sensing anything, guys? Will I give you a pan of the castle as much as I can? Do you feel, what energies do you feel from here, if any? I'll just pan it down for you. You getting any names, for example?
Okay, so we do have any spirit in the area. We invite you forward to honesty. Please come towards us. There's a number of devices round about us.
Thud. Kyle, were you in the vault?
No, I stand outside.
I heard a thud in there.
Okay, there's a thud inside there.
Did you? I thought I heard a thud.
Definitely isn't Kyle. Kyle's there. I'll just get him on the camera. He's moving towards it now, but he wasn't inside.
If that was you, could you make that noise again? Could you throw something? If there is an energy that's
I heard
here,
a funny noise there.
doesn't want us here, make us leave, please.
Okay, somebody's got the name William Stewart. Just to bank that onto
William Stewart.
William Stewart. Anybody in your family, Greg?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, we've got a slight indication of the REM pod.
Just the light flash.
Yeah. So slight atmospheric change on the REM pod, guys.
This spirit coming towards us from this direction. Please come closer.
I would love to physically feel a spirit.
You hear noise down there as well?
Kyle, where are you? Yeah, that's fine. Just in case
Okay.
you've gone round it.
Let's light it up a little bit. We're getting a noise round here, guys. It's very subtle.
Remember, guys, this would have been a busy area. This would have been a bit of the surrounding of the castle, I would have thought.
We shall see what answers we get if we get a connection. So inviting any spirit in the area to come forward. Come towards the device in my hand, please. Okay, do we have any male spirit with us? Once we yes, twice for no. Is that too late?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, we have a strong male
Strong male.
energy. Are you connected to this castle? Once we yes, twice for no. Strong yes. Did you own the castle? Once we yes, twice for no. Yes.
Were you one of the former Earls of Fife?
No.
no.
You the Thane of Fife?
Yes. Do you know who this is?
Numerous Thanes of Fife.
Right, okay.
Before the Earls came in. Are you connected to the Weems family?
Yeah.
Did you move to the new castle?
No. So it's an old spirit then.
Did you encounter King Macbeth?
That was great. So what did we learn there?
It was it's a Thane of Fife, which is the earlier title.
Okay.
Or did I say Earl, didn't I?
Yeah.
So the Earl's the later one in the...
Yeah, Earl's, it's a different title.
Right, okay.
It's the Thane of Fife that was in this area.
Right, okay.
It had the...
But is that no
the
good
castle
validation
before
then,
this
that you
castle.
you were thinking Errol because you're
Yeah.
thinking of other areas, and it was a no, but when he asked for that new title, it was a yes. Is that
Yeah.
not quite good?
Yeah, that's good validation.
Validation.
I'd like to try and bring this spirit to the box again,
Right, okay.
Yeah.
because I really want to ask that question.
Okay, could the spirit
Somebody
will
got
just
the
communicate
Macbeth in
to
their
you?
head just as you asked.
Could you come back towards us, please?
Okay, we'll try again, guys. There we go.
Did you encounter King Macbeth? Did you hide out in Errol's Ferry when you were on the run? That's my two questions.
Okay. Do you know who it
I know
is?
who it is. I'm not going to say who it is. Yeah.
Says no.
They said no. Oh.
I don't know who it is. Or you may be saying no, don't say his name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't say his name. Okay, we'll respect that.
Are you at peace?
Answer for you, give me a think about the answer the question. Yeah, we've gone.
Excellent.
Well,
Well, you got what you needed.
Yeah,
So
I
what was
got
that about, Ali, then? What did you think you had?
massive Validation. Well, going to the Thane of Fife, there's one Thane of Fife that I've always been really interested in. It was actually Greg.
Mm-hmm.
Greg told me about a bit of the history, a little snippet of the history about it, because he'd obviously researched it before me. I went into further detail, well, not further detail, but I've got really fascinated with this period, because what a lot of people don't know is King, Macbeth, the story. Macbeth was a real person. He was King of Scotland. He was murdered by this gentleman, I believe, that we just spoke to. I was so fascinated with him. I went and visited an area where he hid all his men when he was on the run before he escaped across the Forth to Edinburgh, where he had a hold in, and that's how he got away basically the first time. Yeah, I'm absolutely blown away.
Was that a good validation for you on a personal level as well?
100% on a personal level. That's really.
There is actually unconfirmed reports. Yeah, again, because there's not a lot of information about the earlier castle. It's believed that attacking the castle was connected to that incident as well.
Oh, right.
So for this area, it's unbelievably relevant. So.
Oh, excellent. This is your chance for a voice. We've got a box here. Some probably call it a broken radio, but it's not. We're going to scan the frequencies and the radio waves. We want you to communicate through the static and even through bit parts, if you can, through the sounds. The first thing we want to ask is, do we have a female here? The heck is that?
Is there more than one female energy around us? Eight.
Eight?
Eight. Just to confirm, how many female energies are here?
Should have been 8 again.
Leave them.
Leave them. Jeannie, clear as day, guys. Did you hear that?
Speaking to Jeannie.
Oh, there's a few things there, guys, I can hear.
We would just like them to speak to us.
Speak! Wow!
I
That was so clear. Go.
Is Jeannie here with us?
Okay, stop there.
Is the male spirit energy protecting the woman?
And we'll stop there.
Is the male spirit energy protecting the woman?
Go and go.
Can you see me?
And we'll stop there. He's listened to the beginning there. I'm not saying it is. It definitely sounds like Ryan.
Can you see me?
Oh yeah, it's definitely.
Can you see me?
Guys, what a crazy little session tonight, huh? How do you feel?
Yeah, well, certainly. I mean, for me, I mean, there's been lots of noises round about us, but what's been interesting for me tonight is that it all seems to be in the audio. You know, there's none of the devices at all have activated other than a couple of small flickers on the REM pod. You know, normally we get at least, you know, some activity from either a temperature gauge going off or the cat ball triggering or, you know, something happening. There's been absolutely nothing tonight. It's all been the audio that's coming through, which
Doesn't do that all the time though, does it?
no, it's very rare that we get just audio.
Yeah.
So it's going to be quite interesting to see what comes through.
We'll get that fully analysed, won't we? And we'll add it to the session where we came, Ali.
Yeah.
Me, you, and Kyle.
There's been a lot of good audio tonight.
Yeah.
You know, it seems the focus has
It's
been
top
on
class stuff that I heard come from that France
tonight.
box. And the app before that was.
It may be that, you know, the energy before has shown us it's here.
Yeah.
And now that we've come back, it now wants to communicate with
Yeah.
us. So we'll just see what
We'll see what comes through, and then we can get that shared out.